Hey guys, what's up? SUPERPOKEGUITAR13 here, and I just reached 150 subscribers. Actually, I have 153 right now. So, this is a I am video, so I just show you guys that I exist and what I look like. I just wear the glasses because they're awesome. They're really awesome glasses. Perfect for a nerd like me, alright? And also, I mean, like, this would just be a boring video if I'm just like, look at my face. That'd be a boring video. So, yeah, I'm going to show you my Zekrom and Eels deck list, and I'm also going to do my States report now. And I had a lot of fun at States. I met a lot of my friends. I made some new friends. I met some of my friends in the chat. I met, I met Fox Noctum in real life. I met GB Leafeon. I met Maxwell. I don't even know his real YouTube name. And I also saw some of my friends from FNC The Arena, which is the place where I go to for leagues and pre-releases. So, yeah. I had a lot of fun. And first I'm going to go over my Zekrom and Eels deck list, and I'm going to show you exactly what I regret from the deck. And just to make this more of a special video, let's add some music. Alright, so then 2 Zekrom EX, main attacker of the deck. 2 normal Zekrom. Mewtwo EX. I would run more than one, but I don't have the money to. 4 Eels, and 4 free retreat Tynos, and a Tyrogue. If there's anything I regret with the Pokemon, it's running 1 less Zekrom and 1 more Mewtwo, but I mean, I can't afford that. And I also regret running Tyrogue entirely. I wish I ran Stunfisk, which is actually extremely good against other Eel decks. So, yep. On to the trainers, 2+ power, 3 catcher, 2 communication, 4 level ball, 3 switches, 4 junk arm. Alright, now if there's anything I regret about the items, I would rather have used a super rod, take out maybe, I don't know, take out one of the Zekroms for a super rod maybe, and I really kind of regret that, because during my Terrakion matchups, when my Mewtwo was dead, it was pretty much over, so I really regret not running super rod, and also my Zekroms were prized both times, so it really just didn't work out right. Now for the supporters, 4 Juniper, 4 N, 4 Collector, and 4 Sage. Believe it or not, I do not regret using any of these. I mean, they all worked the way they were supposed to, and they were perfect. They always came in handy. They were always in my hand when I need them. Alright, now 10 Lightning Energy, and 4 DCE. So yeah, that was my deck list. I do kind of regret doing some things with it, but I believe it was a pretty good deck list. And at States, I did decently well. I went States I did well. I went 3-3, and it's my first tournament, so considering that, I did decently well, going over all the rounds. 3-3. So then the first round, I had to verse one of my friends from the chat. His name was Warren, and he was using Reshiram EX. We had a really freaking good match, and we had a really good time laughing and having fun. Anyway, he starts out, and he has a Reshiram EX active and a Tipping on the bench. So obviously I have to start. I got a Collector start, and I got 2 Timos out right away with a Mewtwo active. I started beating down the Reshiram, but then he switched it out for a normal Reshiram, which was a little bit unexpected and disruptive. However, then I didn't have any energy in my hand and nowhere to get any. Neither did he. Except he did evolve his Tipping into an Emboar through Rare Candy. I found that to be the perfect time to use my Pokemon Catcher. Catcher is Emboar, and slowly chip away at its health as I kept on top decking new stuff. Eventually, I top decked N, and then I used N, and I draw both of us into better hands. But ultimately, I kept on catchering his heavy retreat Pokemon. I catchered all of his Emboars and killed all of them. It was really disruptive, and it helped me a lot. Now we're down to the last. He has a Reshiram EX on the bench with the Eviolite and 5 energies. I have a Mewtwo EX with 5 energies on me also. Now, this is what happens. This is pretty cool. I top deck a Juniper. I have 2 prizes left and he has 1. And I use a Professor Juniper. If I get the catcher, I win. If I don't, I lose. And I got the catcher. I just smile and I say, he just asked, do you get the catcher? And I just smile and say, I nod. And I just win. He was obviously the more skilled player, but I mean, it was a really good match. And I go 1-0. Next match, I versed my friend Max, and he was using the Reshiram EX. He just really didn't get a good start. and I captured up all the Cyndaquils before they became Typhlosion and I knocked them out with Zekrom. I captured up his Reshiram EX and killed that pretty easily too. It wasn't a fair match, and I just won pretty easily that round. So then I was going to, so I was doing pretty well for my first tournament. Then I was versing up against well, before that we went to go get pizza, and this pizza place was so freaking crowded. I swear, you had to wait like 2 hours for pizza. The pizza was good though. Alright, next round. Next round I was versing a Terrakion matchup. Seriously, it really sucked. Alright, let's switch to the music here. Alright. And it really sucks because my Mewtwo is prized. My Mewtwo is prized, and one of my Zekroms were prized. So then I really had nothing to do. I tried to throw Zekrom EX out and knock out some Terrakions, but he just kept on retaliating, kept on piling on the EX features. I couldn't do anything. I lost, and I didn't even take one prize. So I was going 2-1. I was still pretty happy. This is my first event. Next day versus the kid with Mewtwo box, and I don't even know what the hell he was doing. He just kept on throwing like vanillas into the Lost World, but it didn't matter. I had Mewtwo EX out, and I just kept on killing his Mews. I also captured up some of his Odysseys before they came Vileplume for Trainer Lock and killed them. I got a good start. I think that he got a good start too, but I don't know what he was doing. I don't think he was playing his deck right. I don't know. It was just too easy. Like, I don't know what he was doing, but it was just too easy of a win for me. Like, literally, it took 6 turns for me to beat him. I killed one Pokemon each turn. So I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I won. 3-1. Then the next round I versed the CMT. This was a very tough matchup, and I lost. Alright, so I'm versing this guy, and I start with a lone Dynamo. He starts out with Celebi and Mewtwo, but he doesn't have a double colorless in his hand. And then he uses Professor Oak's new theory to try to get one. He still doesn't get one, so he can't knock out my Dynamo. He does get Sky Arrow, though. And then eventually on the 3rd turn, he keeps on using like Shuffle Draw, but he can't get the double colorless he needs to donk me, and he can't draw into any more energy. Anyway, then I finally top deck a Collector. I throw out my Mewtwo, my Zekrom, I throw out my Mewtwo and my 2 Dynamos, and I think that I'm starting to think, you know, maybe I have a chance here. Unfortunately, I don't. He catches my Mewtwo, kills it right away, and that was pretty much the end of it. I used N and tried to get a Zekrom EX out to kill more guys, but he just captured that and killed it in 2 turns because it wasn't really powered up yet. But I guess it was a good match. He was a very skilled player. And yep, I lost fair and square, 3-2. Now if I won this next match, it was the line. I would have made top cut. I was so stressed out. I didn't know if I was gonna make top cut or not, and I was so like, I was just thinking, okay, I want to verse a very, very easy deck. I want to verse a deck that I can dump. I want to verse a deck that's just incredibly easy. Unfortunately, that's not what I got. 37 people in seniors, 3 of them using Terrakion, I had to verse 2 of them. And you know what that means? My next matchup was against another Terrakion. When I heard that, I literally went like this. I was so pissed. I had to verse another Terrakion. Look, one Terrakion is bad enough. There's 37 people, 3 of them using Terrakion. I have to verse 2 of them? That's 2 automatic losses. Anyway, I start out with a Mewtwo EX, and then a Dynamo on the bench. He catches the Dynamo, gets a free kill off of it. Unfortunately, both my normal Zekroms are prized. Again! Well, last round my Mewtwo and my other Zekrom were prized, but now both my normal Zekroms are prized. So my only attacker that can actually do anything is Mewtwo. I actually end up knocking out 3 of his Terrakions, but then after that it was game over for me. And I went 3-3 and just missed top cut. I was really, really annoyed with the Terrakions I versed, but I feel like I really did play well. If there's anything I regret not using Super Rod, I regret not using another Pinky, and I regret not using Stuck.